Hello everyone, I am going to look at Vika's skills, engraving, signature item, and furniture. But before I do that, I want to look at her class. So she is a Mauler hero, also an intelligence-based hero. The class is a mage, and the primary role is continuous damage. So let's start by looking at her ultimate skill. It is called 3-in-1. At the start of battle, she whips the gyro and sends it bouncing between enemies, with each dealing damage equal to 240% of her attack rating. After landing a max of 5 hits, the gyro returns to Vika, and her following normal attacks will launch the gyro to attack the enemy. This has an active ability here. Vika infuses her whip with divine power and applies Phantom Totem to the gyro, creating 3 Phantom gyros that attack the enemy with the lowest health, with each gyro dealing damage equal to 360% of Vika's attack rating. And level 2, the faster the gyro is spinning, the more Phantom gyros are created for up to 2 additional Phantom gyros. And level 3, the damage of Phantom gyros is increased to 400% of attack rating. So it looks like her gyros might do quite a bit of damage here. They will bounce between the enemies, and that damage will stack quite a bit here. And also she will create 3 Phantom gyros, also doing even more damage. And with the level 2, she will create a max of 2 additional Phantom gyros the faster the gyro is spinning. And she'll also, with the level 3, have the Phantom gyros do even more damage as well. And looking at the second skill, we have Whirlwind Whip. When an enemy is at close range, Vika hits them with her whip and knocks them to the edge of the battlefield, dealing damage equal to 300% of her attack rating and stunning the target for 3 seconds. The target is unable to move or use skills while being knocked back, and enemies in their path suffer damage equal to 260% of her attack rating. In level 2, while no enemies are nearby, Vika gains 2 haste every 1 second for a max boost of 16 points. When an enemy comes near Vika, this boost is deactivated and resets. Level 3, damage is increased to 330 and 290 of attack rating. And level 4, while no enemies are nearby, Vika gains 4 haste every 1 second for a max boost of 32 points. When an enemy comes near Vika, this boost is deactivated and resets. I like the crowd control here, a little bit of crowd control, also doing even more damage. But I'm also liking the haste. I'm gaining a max of 32 haste with the level 4. That sounds very good. Keep in mind, this is while no enemies are nearby, so you need the enemies to not be near Vika for this to happen. And let's look at the third skill. We have Top Speed. This is a passive. Vika's gyro starts with a low spinning speed, which increases every time she whips it. And at medium speed, damage is increased by 40% and Magic Pierce is increased by 10 points. And at high speed, damage is increased by 80% and Magic Pierce is increased by 20 points. The gyro's spinning speed drops by 1 level for every 5 seconds it spins in place, or for every 6 times it hits enemies. And level 2, increasing the medium damage by 50% and Magic Pierce is increased by 15 points. Level 3 is increasing the high damage by 100% and the Magic Pierce is increased by 30 points. And we have the first engraving skill with level 4. The gyro will continue spinning after Vika dies, bouncing between enemies up to 10 times, with each hit dealing damage equal to 240% of her attack rating. I like that the damage and Magic Pierce are increasing as the speed for the gyro gets higher, and also the gyro speed will drop every 5 seconds or for every 6 times it hits enemies. Also, the engraving skill is kind of interesting too, because the gyro will keep on bouncing between enemies even after Vika dies, so doing that extra damage. And let's look at the final skill. We have Sacred Totem. Vika infuses her whip with divine totem power and applies it to the gyro. If there are fewer than 2 targetable enemies on the battlefield, it applies Rockfall Totem, otherwise it will apply Tornado Totem. And Tornado Totem launches the gyro at the area with the most enemies, pulling them towards the gyro and dealing damage equal to 240% of attack rating every second for 4 seconds. And Rockfall Totem launches the gyro at the hero with the lowest health. The gyro bounces between Vika and the enemy 5 times, each time dealing damage equal to 300% of attack rating to the enemy. And level 2, at medium and high speeds, the Tornado Totem is enhanced, additionally reducing the defense rating of enemy units in range by 30% for 5 seconds. Level 3, at medium and high speeds, the Rockfall Totem is enhanced to ignore shields. If the enemy has no shield, damage is increased by 30%. And we have the second engraving skill. At high speed, the Tornado Totem is further enhanced to reduce the energy of enemies in range by 70 every second. So depending on how many targetable enemies are on the battlefield, it will do either the Rockfall or Tornado Totem. So it will either pull enemies toward the gyro and deal damage, or it will do a lot of damage to the enemy with the lowest health. Also very interesting that the second engraving skill only applies to the Tornado Totem, which only lasts for 4 seconds. So if I'm correct here, that means the reduce of energy for the enemies will have a maximum of 280 energy. So enemies will lose a maximum of 280 energy from this, which is a little bit above a quarter of the energy bar. I think that's okay, I guess. I was hoping it would be maybe a little bit higher, but I think that's fine. And let's look at the signature item. It is called Superb Technique. When you unlock the signature item, Vika gains 12 points of insight and proficiency when the gyro is spinning at medium or high speeds. At plus 10, Vika gains 24 points of insight or proficiency when the gyro is spinning at high speed. Plus 20 every time Vika whips the gyro, nearby enemies will be stunned for 2 seconds. And plus 30, the gyro's spinning speed only drops by 1 level for every 8 times it hits enemies. With every hit, Vika's attack rating is increased by 10% for 7 seconds for a max boost of 50%. The increase in insight and proficiency is fine, and also the increase in crowd control is also good. I'm guessing they're getting rid of the time that the gyro speed drops, because it did say on the skill that it drops 1 level every 5 seconds, or every 6 times it hits enemies. So either they forgot about that, or they are completely getting rid of that and only having it drop 1 level for every 8 times it hits enemies. So let's look at the exclusive furniture. It is called Vortex Lock. At 3 of 3, if the gyro hits a stunned enemy, then any other enemies it hits within the next 6 seconds will also be stunned for 1 second. And 9 of 9, at medium or high speeds, each hit landed on an enemy deals an additional strike of damage equal to 90% or 180% of her attack rating respectively. So it looks like the 3-3 could potentially have a lot more crowd control, also allowing the gyro at medium or high speeds to do even more damage, which is also very good. Overall, I think these furniture is kind of basic, but I think it still could do some good things here. And there is Vika's skills, engraving, signature item, and furniture. Overall, I think she is pretty good. I hope she does find a place in some aspects of this game. I think we still need some Mauler representation in the game. So I'm hoping that she does find a spot in here. Overall, I like the concept of her throwing her gyros at enemies and the gyros bouncing off the enemies. I think that is a pretty cool concept. And I think it could do quite a bit of damage as well. Looking at some of these skills, I think it could do quite a bit of damage here. Hey, if you made it to the end of this video and you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Also comment what do you think about Vika, and there will be a video on screen that YouTube thinks you would like to watch next, so go ahead and click on that video right now. And thanks for watching.